Hello Cancer, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a Four of Swords. Four of Swords is good. To me, that's very kind of stress-free energy, right? Ooh, and a Four of Cups. Interesting. Let's see how this goes. Already a lot of air, a lot of water. Major Arcana, more air, more water, more air, and oh, good, some fire. Yeah, this is really, this is kind of strange. Let's do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Smith-Waite Tarot. And just one card randomly. We'll put the frog there on top, and we'll set that aside. Now, we're not going to look at that until the very end. And we're going to see how that card might tie all of this together. You know, give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. So let's look around at this now. We've got Major Arcana here with the Priestess energy. This is going to be really good because the Priestess is the moon, and the moon obviously rules Cancer. This is a very significant card. I think that this is you being called to your destiny. This is a confirmation for you, specifically Cancer, that you are on the right path, and that you're going to be fulfilled. You're going to reach your destiny, your accomplishments, your goal, your will is going to be fulfilled. Now, we've got some air. We've got water, more air, and a little bit of fire. Very heavy on the air, right? Very heavy on the air, and not a lot of earth. So I think with the lack of the earth energy, what that's kind of telling me is that we've got to focus on the practical side of things. Yeah. We've got to be able to take this rather abstract energy, this mystical, magical stuff, this emotional stuff, this intellectual stuff, and we've got to ground it through our work, through activity. Okay? We've got to make movements on the physical plane. It's not enough to just sit here and feel it and think it. We've got to do it. Okay. Now, with the air and water, I'm also getting this idea that we need to fuse these two together. That the Priestess is trying to let us know that the way for you to maximize your experience, to transcend the level of awareness that we're at right now, is for you to merge your air and your water together. Your thinking and feeling functions need to be merged together, and that will result in this fire. This actually is a little tiny bit of earth energy. This is the Princess of Wands. It's the earth aspect of fire. It's taking the fire that we get. We take, for whatever reason, we take the water and the air. When we put them together, it makes enough, and there's enough friction there to create fire. And that fire is what we're using here to take action in the physical world. Okay? So whatever's going on in your life, we see we see air and water, we see the thinking and feeling functions right here. Nothing really going on. You know? There's, it seems to me, a lack of stimulation right now. It seems to me like maybe you've got plenty to do on the physical plane. Plenty to do. Maybe there's no earth energy here because you've already got enough, right? What we see here is a lack of stimulation intellectually, right? You're not as curious as you used to be. You're not as wide-eyed as you used to be, right? There's nothing that's really claiming your attention. There's nothing that's really giving you this enthusiasm that we need. But that's changing because of this moon energy. That moon energy is enthusiasm. It is this message from the divine. It is your kind of intuitive sense, your connection with spirit, your psychic perception. And it's going to lead to, by the looks of it, it's going to lead to emotional and mental heightened awareness, heightened activity, stimulation, basically, right? Because the fours are just kind of even. You've been very mellow, right? There's nothing that you've really been working on in your mind, which has been pretty stress-free, pretty smooth. And smooth is good. Emotionally, I see the same thing. Nothing really going on. You're not mad, you're not upset, you're just kind of even. You're not elated, you're not exalted. Just kind of even. Yeah. And to me, this right here, this is a pretty good spot. This is, for Cancer at least, I know for me, this is a good achievement. This is, you got to pat yourself on the back for getting to this point where it seems like everything is good, at least mentally, emotionally, right? I think you're very busy physically because, well, we don't see any earth energy here because I feel like you're off doing all that earth energy. We need to talk about this other stuff, At the end, again, we get to that fire and earth, so we are able to take this kind of renewed enthusiasm and start putting it to work, start making moves on the physical plane. Recent past, 5. This was a lot of mental stress. This was a lot of tension, maybe frustration. This was you trying to work something out in your head, trying to figure something out, right? And it could be that we figured this out using this psychic sense, using this sixth sense, with that connection, with that lunar connection, rather than using really our heart or mind. We use that kind of, that higher perception. But whatever this was, I feel like it's not an issue anymore. I feel like you were really stressing about something. Now it's just even. Now, I don't know if that's because you figured it out, or if that's because Spirit kind of showed you that it didn't really mean that much to you. Now, I'm kind of conflicted on which way to interpret this, because we see this Two of Cups down here at the bottom. There's something going on with maybe your love life, maybe your partnership, your romantic life, your relationship. We've got this Venus energy, right? Venus in Cancer here. So with the Two of Cups, there's something going on with your Venus energy. Now, Venus could be a lot of things. It doesn't have to be just like a sexual or romantic relationship. It could be your sense of love and appreciation, how you express your affection. It could be that you really, because this is underneath the surface, this is down below everything, it could be that you really are wanting to express yourself. You're really wanting to connect. You're wanting to be affectionate. You're wanting love. But it's just it's down beneath the surface. Maybe you're not expressing that. And maybe that's why we went from a 5 to a 4. Maybe that's why we were struggling with something, and now maybe we've just pushed this down here, our Two of Cups, our desire maybe to love and be loved, our striving for connection, for beauty, for love, for joy, for pleasure. Maybe we've put that down at the bottom here, and now we're just kind of complacent, comfortable, Four of Cups, Four of Swords, just smooth. Just I'm not high, I'm not low. I'm just doing it, But we still have the Two of Cups underneath. This is still going to be there. This kind of feels like a longing to me. We're longing to make these kinds of connections. It doesn't necessarily need to be romantic, right? It could just be your sense of beauty. You want to be able to express yourself. You have this aesthetic sense that you want to manifest. You have this creativity that you want to manifest. You want to be able to express yourself through love, through connections, through your interactions with other people. A lot of air energy, remember. So I think this is about expression, really, more than anything. And how all we really have, all we really are, is our expression, is our interfacing with the world, right? The only thing that really exists is this infinite moment of interface between ourselves and our world, the universe, right? Other people in it, our pets, our plants, And maybe that's kind of what we're kind of stagnating on right now. That our emotions are even, our interactions are just even. There's no spark, there's no fire, there's no life or movement here. It's just kind of, we've just gotten a little bit too flatlined, But I think this moon energy is here to help us. I think that this is showing us the way. This is here to say, look, follow your truth, follow your soul, follow your spirit, follow your intuition. We can fully express ourselves. We don't have to keep everything hidden. We don't have to hide this part of ourselves or whatever it is. Maybe this is something specific. Maybe this is the kind of relationship you want, or this is something that's more well-defined. Whatever it is, we don't have to hide it. We can bring it up to the surface. In fact, we can bring it right up and make it our purpose. Make it our divine calling. Right? We don't have to be even idle, comfortable, fours here. So the way forward here is the blending. This is the Queen of Swords. This is water plus air, right? The queens are the watery aspect of the suit that they're in. So this is the water of air. So these two functions, thinking and feeling and thinking, we need to combine that into one being, into your one mode. We don't want to compartmentalize. We don't want to try to keep our water down using the intellect, right? Or vice versa. We want these two to work together in one mode of perception, because I think when we're dealing with cards like this or elements or symbols, it's easy to think of them as separate, right? Thinking and feeling. It's easy to see this as, oh, we have water cards, oh, we have air cards. Well, all of these energies, they're not so well defined. When these energies are actually existing out here in the 3, 4, 5-dimensional reality within you, we don't see the borders of these cards. All of these energies blend together, one into the other, So we are being advised to stop trying to separate thinking from feeling, right? And I think because we have, maybe for a while now, separated those two, maybe that's how we stopped with all of this stress. Maybe this is a generalized frustration, generalized dissatisfaction, anxiety, right? Big time stress. Maybe the way you dealt with this was by separating these two. By just saying, all right, well, I'm going to keep all my water over here. I'm going to keep all my air over here. And everybody's going to get along. And I'm just going to do my work and live my life. And it's fine. And maybe that's working, Maybe that actually is doing what it's intended to do. But Spirit now is telling you that we have to integrate these sides of ourselves. We can't keep everything, and I don't want to start taking too many cards away that we haven't talked about yet, but we can't keep these so separated. We need our water and air to be integrated into one whole person, one whole being, right? And when we accept all of that, then I think we're ready for what's on the path of the serpent. Look at this, more water. This is a Three of Cups. This is a function. This is a dynamic energy. This is now your ability to express your water energy, your desires, your strivings, your longings, your purpose, right? Your affection, what you want in life, what is significant for you, and how are you communicating that? How are you expressing that through your actions, activities, through your life, through your, through your habits, through your actions, through your words, right? Because the air is the element of communication, not necessarily just words, It's how we are expressing our information, our data, So the Three, this is really, this is a good card. This is kind of a celebration card, This is kind of like of treating yourself. This is you following the advice of Spirit and allowing yourself to be who you are. Allowing this Two of Cups that I think has been kind of pushed down underneath, allowing this to come out and be expressed, right? It's a 2 to a 3. So these two cards are the same, just one is being expressed outwardly, one is just being felt. Yeah. So I think this is a real moment for you. I think this is going to be unlike anything that you've experienced before, which is it's this more complete understanding of yourself, and it's almost like a sudden freedom now to be you, to express yourself, right? There's nothing holding you back. There's no split between your thinking, your reason, your rational mind, and your deep desires, your artistic sense, your intuition, right? Your sense of meaning and purpose. Now everything is working toward the same goal. And I think that you have a very strong connection with Spirit. I think that you used to always follow your intuition, follow the signs and symbols, follow literally like some dreams or visions that you would have. Maybe your divinations, maybe you read tarot too. But for some reason that stopped, I think, for some of you. For some of you, that stopped when we had this split between the air and the water. And I think we're starting to get back on track. I think we're starting to put all of this together, and we're going to get back to it. We're going to get back to those things that maybe at one point you were more fully expressing yourself, through your creativity, through your spiritual practices, through your communication, through your work. Maybe you're a writer, a poet, maybe you're an artist of any kind. Maybe just the kind of relationships you want, the things around you, the beauty that you want to surround yourself with, right? All of these things are expressions of who we are, of this water energy within us that we can then manifest around us, We have stuff, like I've got stuff on my table here that I like, that's meaningful to me, that is an expression of myself and this channel itself, the aesthetic of my tarot reading, the way I read, the way I communicate, the way I use my hands a lot, the flowers that I have out. These are all expressions of myself. They don't mean anything in and of themselves. They may not mean anything to you. But to me, it's just part of this. It's part of my Three of Cups, right? And I think you're getting back to that. And we see more energy, more air over here. It's not the easiest thing. We always run into roadblocks. We always run into doubts. Here we have a Knight of Swords. This is some fire, air energy in your environment. This might be this idea of, when you first get this rush of energy and you're trying to do everything all at once. You're making so many changes right away. It's like when I get a little spark of inspiration, I want to come into my studio and I want to change everything, right? I want to tear down the decorations. I have all these ideas that I want to do. My wife says, no, just slow down. Do one thing at a time, right? You don't just want to change everything all at once. And I think that this is the impulse that we have, to change everything all at once, you know. So what we see kind of correcting that is this Two of Swords, and this is the discernment. This is the ability to make those kinds of artistic, aesthetic decisions, right? This is some good Moon and Libra energy. So this is understanding that things need to be in balance, things need to be proportioned. Having the discernment, the choices to do, just make little changes, you know. You don't have to do everything all at once. But you're going to feel like it. You're going to feel like you really, really want to, especially with this Three of Cups kind of energy. This was in your general energy. So this is like a rocket booster, you know. This is like being strapped to a ballistic missile. It's just, there's no stopping it. We got to have a little bit of discernment that says, hey, slow down. Let's do things the right way. You know, let's do things slowly, step by step. Let's make small decisions, well thought out decisions. Okay. And of course, the very last card, this Princess of Wands, this is the fire energy that we need. This is now our burning creativity that now we're building and we're putting things into place. This was some fire energy too. This was the fire of the air. This is the quickness with which we want to express ourselves. But this is now kind of a little bit the other way around, right? This is us doing the slow things on the earth plane, building one thing, expressing something new, creating something or choosing something or taking one step in one direction as a way to express all of the fiery energy that is us now, all of this ambition and creativity and passion. That now the little valve is our individual actions and decisions, you know, moment to moment. Rather than just the fire kind of propelling everything forward at just lightning speed, you know. So I wonder what that mystery card's going to be. I'm curious if that is going to be something, I feel like it's something related to like a tower or an Eight of Wands maybe. Maybe it'll be something like the Emperor. I think that would be nice. Let's take a look. Thank you, Frog, for your assistance here. Now the frog, we're going to name the frog eventually. Right now I'm trying to get some ideas to name the alien. So if you have any good suggestions, leave them in the comments. We've got a lot of suggestions already. A lot of people seem to like either Mork or Bowie. But I'm trying to collect a handful of good names, and then we're going to do a poll. Everyone can vote, and then we'll have 1, 2, or maybe 3 names for the alien. Once we do that in a few weeks, then we can move on to the frog. Right now it's just frog. All right. But let's look at the mystery card now. I think either earth energy, or I'm thinking it's going to be something like a tower or an Eight of Wands or an Emperor energy. Let's see. It's some earth energy. It's a Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. This now is, the Queen of Pentacles is water of earth, right? So I'm happy that we have some earth energy. This is showing me that you're creating the world, you're creating your life, your environment, your relationships, your field of experience is now going to be a direct expression of your water energy, right? Because the Queen is the water, the Pentacles are the earth. It's going to be coming from you, coming from your source. It's going to be your aesthetic sense. It's going to be your taste and style. You deserve to have your life reflect who you are and how you feel. So I feel like your field of experience, your environment, your world now is going to be more of an expression of yourself and of your water energy, of your creativity, of your connection with spirit, of your passion, right? Your sense of beauty. I like that. I like that. I like the energy that we have for you right now, Cancer. What I want to do, because we have a few minutes left, is look at an I-Ching card. Now, I've got 64 cards here representing the 64 hexagrams, which is the encapsulation of the wisdom of the ancient Chinese sages and their connection with spirit. And I know this is not the proper way to cast a hexagram, but I want to do it anyway. I just want to see if it can give us any insight into our situation. It might be something completely abstract. It might be something that at first glance we can't really relate. All right, so I've got no guarantees that we can interpret this the proper way. We've got 37 people in the home, it says. It says, a woman's constancy is fruitful. Now, this is not gender specific. It's just I don't know if it's just the gender of the Chinese text or if it's just someone's interpretation of the text, but not gender specific. When we're thinking of the word woman here, a woman's constancy, a woman's steadfastness and perseverance, your tenacity is fruitful. When we talk about the woman, we're talking about a Queen of Pentacles. We're talking about water energy, okay? So by you being persistent and constant and dedicated to your water energy, that's how you're going to get results, all right? Let's look at the back of the card because there is some more text on the back. It says, people in the home cooperate in their shared space and invest in it together. Steadily, over time, all involved can grow freely, find their place, and nurture connections with others. New things can enter and grow, becoming part of the whole. Where are the boundaries of the home you inhabit? How are you building inner and outer relationships into a home? And what kinds of growth does this environment support? So this is very interesting that it's talking about the home and the things that are in your life and how they are, how you are relating to the people, again, your pets, your plants, your people in your life, right? In your field of experience. How are you relating to those people and how are you able to grow and express yourself? Are you with the right people, right? That are going to help you to grow into yourself and to become fully you. Are you in an environment where you feel comfortable merging together that water and air, right? And expressing yourself. So this is really talking about the home, and to have this Queen of Pentacles energy and this hexagram talking about your boundaries, the relationships that you're forming, and the growth that is taking place in your environment. I think this is really pretty apt for our discussion today. So I like this very much. Anyway, we're going to switch over to the extended. If you would like to stick around for that, just click on the link that's right up there. That'll give you access to every extended reading, not just for Cancer, but for every sign. Okay. Hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet. Thank you for taking this journey with me. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.